Thanks for tuning in to the Crusher Trading Recap Show for Wednesday, September 25th, 2024. And today was an absolute crushing day. And let me explain. But before I do me a favor and click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, right now would be the perfect time to subscribe so you can get your alerts and trade the Crusher Trade strategy with us Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 11. Okay, the trade of the day was, boom, there it is, AMD, negative $57,625. Not a good day, but let me tell you what. Part of me, it's kind of like a weight has been lifted off my shoulder. I have been green since the beginning of July, and the last week and a half on the forefront of my mind has been this, thing like, hey, you got a red day coming. And I'm like, I don't want a red day. And, I'm struggling with the idea that, going green that many days in a row is really a feat in itself. I have been red plenty of times. This is not my worst red day, and I'm not happy about it necessarily, but like I said, it's like a weight has been lifted off my shoulder. I feel like I can get back to trading now because I got the red day out of the way. Anyway, so let's get into the trade here, and I'll tell you like what was the good things, maybe the bad things. What could I have done different to mitigate the losses a little bit here? So basically, the trade strategy was price outside the Bollinger Bands here on the 5 and coming into the 200-day. And if I move over to the 1, I tried to get filled right here at the 0.382 level and the 200-day, and I couldn't get filled. And so I think it was right here on this candle to the upside. I hurried up and canceled my order, and I took it again, and you wouldn't believe it, but I didn't get filled until down here. Now, if I had gotten my fill, I would have started scaling out down here at the 0 line, and then even a little bit lower here. And I think right here we had this previous day high, and then I had this level that I marked from a few days back for a scale out level. And that would have been it. The trade would have been over and I'd have been done for the day. But you know what? It didn't work out that way. So I ended up stopping myself out negative $5,000 right here to the upside here. I was hoping, we could have at least got something down to the 50-day, and that would have helped out a lot. But I ended up stopping out negative $5,000. Now, maybe this is a mistake, maybe not. But you know what? We're coming back up into the 200-day again. And so I got back into the trade, right? And this time I started to swing for the home run. And I got in on this impulsive candle to the upside here. And then when we got up to the 200-day, that's when I really doubled down right in here, thinking that we're going to get that nice move to the downside. And I'm going to recoup that $5,000. And I'm going to scale out down here at the 50-day or maybe the previous day high, and we're going to call it a day. Well, I got stopped out a second time right here. Now, one of the people in the room called it out, but what had happened was the QQQ was pushing up, and it took AMD with it right above the 200-day. And I thought, you know what? Because I thought we were going to get a nice drawback right here on the 200-day, and I really swung hard. Another reason was the MACD had this crossover back here when I first got into the trade, so I like that. And then we had this, crossover taking place again, kind of like this fake out, like I'm going to cross, no, I'm not. I'm going to cross, no, I'm not. And then finally we got the crossover up here at the 0.618 level, and I was actually down $70,000 on this trade. Really swung hard. Like I really thought that this was going to move down, and I was going to be able to get that scalp. But I got back into the trade for a third time, and I mitigated my loss about $25,000, so I ended up at the $57,000 to the downside. So, quite the loss today. It didn't have to be $57,000. I was doing some math before. Now, if I had taken, maybe 25 or 50 contracts, my losses would have been, probably around $1,800 to $4,000 on the second trade. I think I had a little bit more on the first trade too. I don't remember. Maybe it was 50 contracts or 100 contracts. I don't remember. But anyway, so if I had taken maybe a regular amount, I had invested almost $200,000 into this trade to the downside. Like I said, I swung for the home run and I struck out. But that was the plan. And I was looking back going, hey, did I do something wrong? And the only thing like wrong I could say I did is I probably started to size in a little too early on this. And, I got stopped out here. Now, if I hadn't got stopped out, I would have made all that money back plus a whole lot more. So the second trade could have worked out. It just didn't. Like I said, QQQ drug it up higher and stopped me out. But you can see if I hadn't gotten stopped out, that we had the move that I was looking for right here. This was it. And that would have done us well. So, yeah, that's AMD. Now, I'll tell you, trading is a psychological sport. You can have all the great technical setups you want and do really good at it. But if you don't have a good support team, it's going to be tough to get through this stuff. And I want to say thanks to all the people that trade with me, because I got, some messages and, just some good support from the people that trade with me. And it means a lot to me. So I just want to say thank you. Shout out to all you guys that were with me on this trade and watch me go through this. I really do appreciate it. And it's really good to have a good team of people to trade with. So let's move on and let's talk about what else took place today. I'm going to move over to the watch list. And today was kind of a choppy day. Realistically, I probably didn't even have a crush it trade set up. So today should have actually maybe been a no trade day for me based on the tickers that I watch. AMD, right here in the crush it zone. Now I like clean touches. This is at the 50%. And if I take this right here, you can see that in the crush it zone there, we got the moves at the 50% line. And, I got little scalps coming down right here. So you could have made some good money on it. I probably wouldn't have taken it. Look at the chop right here on Amazon, really like in the crush it zone. I don't know. Someone had called this one out earlier. I don't take it because I like clean touches, but this was a nice dollar move. I think it was, or close to $1. Decent one on Amazon. Nice little scalp. Your stop would have been, and another reason I don't like the 50% in the crush it zone, I like to either have the upper or the lower because I know my stop is clean and clear. It's just, a close below. So if I had taken this Amazon trade right here at the crush it zone and this candle had closed below it, you're done and you're out. Let's look at Meta. Meta had a nice setup right here on a 1 hour crush it zone. And let's see here. There was also just a fib level on there also. I had an all-time high marked up from before. Meta was decent. Amazon was decent. A lot of chop. Nothing on Microsoft. I don't see it. Didn't get to the crush it zone. Nothing on Tesla. Look at it, sideways trading today on Tesla. And nice move on NVIDIA also, but I don't really see anything on here. Now let's move over to the NVIDIA right here. Let's talk about that. So on the crush it zone, I thought maybe sometimes you can get a retest for a move to the downside. And we kind of got that retest in here. So if you don't get the nice clean touches in the crush it zone, you could look for a move down in the retest and another move to the downside or the upside, whichever direction you're trying to go. Now, someone else called this out in the room. I don't trade these stocks, but we did have the crush it trade set up on ARM. Look at that, nice, perfect, clean touches. Move to the downside. That would have a nice scalp to the downside here, or you could have traded it until when? Let's see here. Until about 1 o'clock. So you could have held your trailers for a little while on that one. And another one was, let's see what it was. I think it was SMCI. There it is. Look at this nice trade on SMCI. Sorry about that. I thought this was already set up. So there it is. Nice clean touch outside the Bollinger Bands in the crush it zone area there. And we had another one here also on the 1 minute. I wanted to show this to you here. So there it is right here. Nice move to the downside on SMCI. Now you would not have gotten stopped out on your trailers because you didn't get to your stop zone right there. So and then nice retest right there on the bottom of the crush it zone. So SMCI and ARM, they're not on my watch list, but another thing, trading with a group of people like we have the crush it trade room is other people are watching other stocks, and when they see something that looks really good in the crush it zone, you can have an opportunity to check out that stock also and maybe make a few dollars. So this is the crush it trade strategy. And I think I've just proven today that you can't be green every single day. But you know what? If you got a good group of people that you're trading with, it makes it a lot easier. And, and I want to say one more thing. Whether you go green or whether you go red, another thing about having a good group of people to trade with is, don't be embarrassed to go red. That's just part of the game, right? But it's good to have a good group of people that you can share your red trade with and go through those trades together. It doesn't hurt to do a recap with 2 or 3 people on a Zoom call or maybe talking, or if you can meet them in person, that would be really good. It's really helpful. And if you can't, you got to figure out a way to do recaps on your losses, especially because you want to know what you did wrong or what you could have done different. And like today, it was really good for me to go through that recap because I learned that, you know what, I probably sized a little bit too high. And when I couldn't get that first fill and my, trade kind of went to hell after that, I could have got it. I could have just gotten out and been done, and that would have been it. So, anyways, I'm rambling now. So, you know what? Once again, shout out to the group of guys and girls that I trade with. It was an awesome day trading, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning, 9:30 sharp, and let's try it again. All right, take care and have a good night.